Hello my friends, family, esteemed colleagues. Haven't been much in video making recently because I'm doing quite a bit of meditation, spiritual work. But I'm keeping with my articles. And one thing that is really repeating lately is that people, even who have been on a protocol for a while and for a year or more, they felt really good. All of a sudden they are coming back with similar or same problems as they had before they even started the protocol. Well, there is a surprise because they are still eating correctly and they were hydrating with plasma, and now these things occur. All I have to say is, well, increase the plasma intake. What is happening now is very visible. You can see that volcanoes are waking up. More and more volcanoes have been activated. Earthquakes are showing up, especially around the tectonic plates. And of course, in the volcano area, we have these floods, sudden disturbance in weather. Now they say, oh, it's all seeded, it is all a problem of weather manipulation. Well, partially yes, but the extent in which this is occurring, the power of the storms, I think exceeds just regular cloud seeding. Especially when we check now what is happening with the Mediterranean. Mediterranean is heating up like crazy. Another thing, what is happening in the South Pole. Now, South Pole, there is no weather manipulation going there. But what is occurring is that salinity of the ocean around the South Pole is changing. Usually it is low salinity, but now salinity is increasing, and it is disturbing the weather because currents shift. It is not as bad as some people say, that they completely reversed, and there are fear-mongers always involved in these things. This is why you have to check few channels that talk about particular topic, and then you always feel who is talking more truth and who is sensationalist. Now, what is the one thing that we can see when we observe the weather changes on this planet? It is that North Pole has been moving around. It's not where it was. Well, actually, it shifted completely in different position, and then it came back very close to where it was before. But it's continuing moving. Now, the question is, if the Earth is shifting with a pole shift, or pole is being steady and only Earth is wobbling, okay? I know that, for example, Croatia, winters used to be strong. Not on the Mediterranean side, not by the seashore, but inland. When you pass the tall mountains of Velebit, you get the Central European climate zone, which, in the fall it's all cloudy basically, and rainy and cold. Winter, miserable, cold, snowy. Well, lately it was not like this. So one would say, oh, it's a warming, planet is warming. Well, down here in Peru, where I am, it's actually getting colder. Now, several nights already, we have to wear blankets. Usually, sheet was enough. Now, sheet and blanket over it because it's too cold. And I'm in a jungle, tropics. So, the weather, the planet is cooling, but the weather is changing. Now, if you look at Stefan Burns and his videos where he is going more in details how the sun is affecting Earth, but not only sun, how things which are happening in the universe is also affecting our ionosphere. And even though there was not particularly strong sun activity with the sun flares, but there were coronal holes. They work as a suction caps, and somehow they are ionizing the atmosphere of Earth. Now, if you have watched any of the videos that I was pointing in my articles, that we are going to have stronger and stronger ionic action. And this ionic action is going to be seen with appearance of northern lights. And these northern lights, because usually you see this ionic action very much on the north and south pole, on the poles. But because the whole atmosphere and ionosphere is going to be strongly charged, we are going to see appearance of northern lights closer to the equator. And again, in the United States, more and more states have seen northern lights already appearing. Now, this is supposed to happen on all planets, so even here I should be able to see northern lights. Now, Stefan Burns is saying that the ionosphere is being supercharged, and this is increasing. Also, we see that Schumann frequency is getting berserk. I mean, it's not the regular stuff. It's something completely different is happening with it, and it's very strong. And we know that alpha brainwaves are same as Schumann frequency. We are creatures of Mother Earth. And we know that when you take a same vibration and you separate it, what happens in one of these vibrational fields will instantly replicate in the other one. Physics proved it to us. This is why mothers are way better tuned to their children than men, because a baby comes from mother. It has genetics also from a father, but it actually comes from the cell of a mother. So it's the same vibration. And when child is removed, when child lives separately, whatever child is thinking, when child is in distress, the mother feels it. She knows it immediately. Because it's the same vibration separated. Now, since we are children of Mother Earth, we do have the same vibration, which is equal Schumann frequency to alpha wave brain of human mind. And the alpha waves, they are usually, we go into that vibration emotionally as we calm down. So when you go into meditation or when you go to sleep. So at one part, when you just start to sleep, so you're in that semi-zone, you are in the alpha frequency. This is the frequency of creation. This is where you want to manifest something. This is what you use. This is the frequency. Actually, it's related to your heart. And with this crazy Schumann frequencies of Earth, well, same is replicating in our body. And since we know that this particular frequency has a big relation with manifestation. What is manifestation? Manifestation is you visualizing your future. You are visualizing what you want to experience. Genes pick up on it and they create your desired outcome, or better say expected outcome, more than desired, because you have to be certain that the outcome is going to happen to be able to manifest it. And you cannot do this unless you are certain you expect it to happen for whatever reason. Usually you have to understand what is going on. But we know now, as the Schumann frequency is jumping so high, well, this is all causing reaction of our body on genetic level and cellular level. Our bodies are actually shifting. They are changing in many ways. And the body, we have just gone through separation. This full moon today, 9th, tomorrow 9 to 10, 10th, it's a full moon, 10th of July. And this is going to be the time of separation. Now, what separation are we talking about here? It's about vibration. Until now, we have been in particular movie, we call it reality, in which our existence depended on our action, and if you don't work, you don't eat. If you don't kill, you get killed. So this was big duality. We are changing the game. We are coming out of this duality because we had the experience, thank you very much, we don't like it, we don't want it. We don't want it in our next reality show. So we are taking it apart. You cannot just leave the pieces there because you'll pick up on them. So you have to decompose them. You have to take the components, you have to break them out. You have to transmute the frequencies. And this is what we are doing. Not everybody is involved, because if your mind is not in this, if your mind is still in duality, and you are still trying to justify any means just to get what you want, and if you are just hoarding money and your preoccupation is, I need money, I want money, I will be terrible without money, I have to change this and that and that, well, yeah, your mind is in the wrong place. especially if you are ready to cheat just to gain, which is the old movie. Well, you are sitting in this place, you are frozen, you are not going to, your vibration is not changing. When your vibration is not changing, your body is coping with what it has, there is no big change. But if you are shifting in the higher existence, a way of higher existence, in a new direction. And the new direction, what is the new direction? The new direction is going to be based on cooperation. Okay, when you see someone doing something, you try to help. So it is about supporting each other. It's about being happy for others' successes and celebrating other successes. Of course, not by stepping on your own toes, but you can have your plans, you can enjoy singing, and you can be a great singer, and then somebody sings beautifully, and you clap, and everybody is praising the singer, and you praise the singer. You don't go and, oh, I'm better, I'm going to show them, I'm going to... Okay, this is the difference. This is the old versus the new, when you clap and you say, oh, beautiful, and you feel it with your heart how gorgeous this was. So you celebrate other people's successes and you contribute. You can just say, oh, it was so great, and you know, I would really do, and this in this moment I would do, even that would be even better. So you support, you give options for improvements instead of trying to undermine. Okay, this is the future. We say, oh, it's a golden age. Why is it golden age? Not because you sit now in gold and God goes and God gives you all this gold, but what happens when you give? The one that you give gives others, and others, and others, and it comes around that more people give to you. We used to call this pyramid, but pyramid was set. You come to the top, and now you just collect, and as long as somebody is joining, when they stop joining, well, the last ones are suckers, they lose everything. Only the top only gains, and the middle a little bit, and the rest, they are all losers. But now we have a new development of similar structure, where we know that we have to help each other. And more you help, the more you receive, because as you help, they help others, and it all comes back to you. So one of them is now the, what they call gift of legacy, in which you help someone by giving them gift, and then you receive a gift from 8 people. And you give, and you receive, and you give, and you receive. You always give. And when you come to the top, you go back down to the bottom. Giving and receiving, giving and receiving. So it is not you go to top and then you crash the system. It keeps growing. Well, this is the new way of pyramid. This is a new way of thinking. You don't destroy the bridges behind you so you stay on top. You collect your blessings and start over, or do something else. So, since we are now in this division, those who did not change their frequency who remained in that it's me, mine, I want this, and I don't care about you, well, they are not changing their frequency. Their bodies are not changing. Although they are affected with the higher resonance, but they are not shifting with it. So body adjusts to tolerate it. But if you are not shifting with this, if you stay with your old frame of mind, you are not going to move. And you don't have any particular problems. But those people who are affected by this, who see what is happening, and they don't want to be part of the bad, they want the good, and they want to help others, well, their bodies are responding, the frequency is rising, and they have to deal with this transformation. And we all, during our life, nobody is perfect, and we were living in this duality, and we all did things which right now, when we look back, oh, I could have done this better, I could have done this, oh, I feel so bad I did this to him. Okay, so now we have to not only forgive and ask for forgiveness, but we also have to dismantle the bridges we have made so they do not interfere with us as we go to the higher vibration level. This doesn't mean hanging everybody who did you wrong. Contrary, you acknowledge it and you accept it. You say, okay, I learned from this. You could not have that experience if this was not done to you. So there is no good and bad. There is experience. That's what it is. Some people have to deal with many things. And mostly we are not aware of what we are dealing with. And we think, okay, well, I am cleansing. For me personally, I am on plasma 24 years, and before I was diver, I was always basically more or less well hydrated. Only in one part when I stopped diving, that because I met my present wife, and I was hanging more in the marina because I was in Venezuela where it was unsafe to anchor. You have to be in protected area because you will be attacked, you will be robbed. So I did not do so much diving, spearfishing, and since I was drinking a lot, I got dehydrated, and I started having dehydration problems very rapidly. And also I was, close to 50 at that time. So I would say after that, so many years, although I was experimenting, but experimenting I should not get so toxic because I was hydrating at the same time. But what is happening? Why so much detox? Why I'm going through so much detox? Especially twice a year, and again, for me it's a December. And I noticed variety people have it in different months, maybe related with the month of their birth. This I have to check with people, because with me it's December, but December is when I was born, and usually by the end of December is when I have this sudden detox. 2 years in a row, it hit me really, really strong. And then my body released so much stuff that it could not eliminate it from the blood. So blood got saturated and deposited stuff in a tissue. And I started getting pimples. Usually when I sweat more, like stomach area, underneath the breast muscles, in that area, and pimples and bad skin. itchy fingers, hair, skin, and it took me a while to cleanse all that stuff out. And now, even it's a middle of the year, you know, I'm still time to go to December, but if I eat something that I know I'm not supposed to, but when I eat something that I'm not supposed to, I eat it because I love it, and I bless it, and I don't care. So it's not my emotional that I'm making something bad. I even bless the food. So I'm preparing with its resonance to suit my body. And still, it takes me 2 days to feel normal in my stomach. Even if it's one potato, it blocks me. I don't have I don't get constipated, but I feel heaviness. And I need a whole day of flushing. And then the following day I feel okay. Before, it never happened like this. Now, what is happening? We have to understand that time does not exist. And our soul is a fraction of a consciousness. But it's not a singular fraction. It's multiple fractions. And it exists in different tunings at the same time. Because time does not exist. It's all now. Okay, so this is a little bit tricky. So we say, okay, I had a past life. Well, the past life is happening at the same time as present life, because the difference is only the frequency. And based on present, we always think in the future, what we want to do, what we would like, I'm expecting this, I'm going to do that. So you are creating already your future. But it's all happening in the present. It's enough for you to change your mind, and all the future that you have been building collapses instantly, and new future is being created for you. You are creating. And now as we are cleansing, we are not only cleansing this, what we are experiencing, but what we are experiencing in the other fractals, being it future, being it past. It all is being cleansed. And more you were living in the past, this affects us more than the future. So more than you are living in the past, the more baggage you have that you have to offload. And you are offloading it now, because now you are conscious in the present. And if you want to go up in a high frequencies, in a fifth or fourth or fifth density, and you don't want to take baggage with you, you have to trash it all out. And this is why we have such a hard time, because we are offloading tremendous amount of things. And there are exercises we can do, because not everything is going to be offloaded through diarrhea. You can offload a lot of stuff through your breath. But you have to be conscious about it. You have to breathe consciously. What does that mean? Well, you have to visualize it. We create with intent. So you make the intent. I'm inhaling clean new frequency, or you can call it activation codes. And I'm exhaling what no longer serves me. You can even say, I'm transmuting and eliminating through breath what no longer serves me. When you do that, this much less you will leave to your liver to deal with. It's emotion, most of the time. This is why majority of people have a problem with acidic yellow stool and urine. Because they are dealing with emotions and they say, but I don't have any problems. Well, maybe you don't have it now. Maybe you didn't even have it now in this frequency of your life that you can remember. But what is with the fractal? Fractal of your past. I mean past life. That you are not aware of because you are not consciously on that frequency. Now you are cleansing everything. And this is something that nobody explained to us. We have no clue. And you cannot ask a doctor because doctors are all indoctrinated. They have no clue about any of this. I left medical field many, many years ago because I noticed that it's no good. I did not know, as I know now, that actually I have been trained to cause harm. I just thought that we have been wrongly trained, but it was intentional. And doctors today, they are not aware of it. Yes, few are waking up, but it's very difficult to fight the system when you have been indoctrinated in it, because that's the only thing you know. And every your credential is based on this. Your identity is tied to this. Not many doctors are ready to say, I was a jerk, I'm stupid, I don't really understand anything. You will not hear it from a doctor. They are all too smart. So now we are cleansing. And if you listen to channelers, they are all now telling you hydrate, 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 and some started to say hydrate and use salt. So it's coming up because we are learning as we go along. Through some of my videos on topic of quantum, I explained that Creator does not know everything. He knows what it had created and how it had created, but does not know all the implication, what actually happened to the creation, because you need sensors to sense things which you don't have when you are in astral field, when you are in a spiritual form of spirit, of energy. So don't be in fear that you are going backwards, that what first comes to people's mind, oh, salt is really killing me, I'm accumulating too much salt, I'm mineralizing. This ain't happening because body immediately eliminates surplus as long as you are hydrated. If it cannot eliminate surplus, you die. And this is how I mentioned that people in China commit suicide by stuffing themselves with the salt. Yes, you can kill yourself, but you have to take huge amounts of salt and no water. Salinity of the blood is approximately 9 grams of salt per 1 liter of the blood. So you can drink that in a water. You are just like drinking blood, that's it. No big deal. And if you eat correctly, if you eat animal-based diet, then you are going to receive all the minerals you need through the diet. So these minerals that you are taking are basically surplus that will serve the body as factor to trigger cleansing, because body has to take them out. And when it goes into cleansing mode, it cleanses everything. It doesn't cleanse only the minerals, because it does not have arms and cannot selectively take things out. It just cleanses the blood and reabsorbs what it needs. So maybe, yes, maybe you will eliminate more sodium and more potassium, so their levels will drop. Why? Because they're not necessary in that level. And maybe body will substitute them by absorbing a little bit of copper and a little bit of gold that is in the sea salt, in the seawater, and iridium, rhodium, or whatever great electrolytes, silver. So body will keep the perfect electroconductivity, but it will arrange minerals in a way that better suits it. And doctors confirm this, that when people take sea salt, the concentration of sodium in the blood drops. Why? Because there are other minerals that body needs and will use, and in this way it didn't have to compensate the ions that it is missing by getting more of the ion that is available. Table salt is artificial, so it's based on sodium chloride. Well, if you don't have copper, if you don't have silver and gold, if you don't have magnesium to achieve electroconductivity, which means adequate number of ions, it will just hold more of what it is, in this case sodium and potassium. But if you give it more variety of what body actually needs, then it is going to release the surplus of potassium and sodium, and it is going to replace it with other minerals, ions, especially magnesium, that it needs. So this idea that we are accumulating too much salt when we drink plasma, this is baloney. Body does not accumulate salt for this reason. It may accumulate salts of uric acid, for example, or potassium could be also, but stuff that it regulates and does not necessarily want, because they are acidic. It will eliminate them if there is enough plasma. If there is not enough plasma, it won't be eliminating them, it will be storing them, creating mineralization and formation of stones in the body. Minerals. It's not because you take too much mineral, it is because you don't have enough plasma for body eliminate surplus. And since we produce uric acid, and we produce a lot of it when we're eating carbohydrates, it's nothing to do, not nothing, but basically it's not the fructose, it is the glucose. Because we eat way more glucose than we eat fructose. And it doesn't matter which one liver uses, surplus is going to be turned into fat, producing side product is going to be uric acid. And then body has no problem eliminating it, but it needs plasma, blood plasma. When you urinate, this comes from your blood plasma. You urinate half a liter of urine, you have half liter less blood in your system. Well, probably nobody thought about it. Definitely doctors are not thinking this way when they are instructing their patients not to use salt. We are being trained to cause harm. So don't be afraid that you now all of a sudden feel these symptoms. If you feel these symptoms, you should actually be happy. You know that your body is responding to a change, that your frequency is rising, and your body is preparing for the shift. You are going to go into the higher sphere of vibration. Those who don't have this, they are not moving. They should be the one worrying. But they don't care, because they are clueless about what is happening. And we are now in the midst of a shift. Any day we can have sudden explosion from a sun radiating huge amount of plasma, and if you see northern lights coming down towards you, well, get ready, because this is the moment of the shift, final shift. We are still going to continue after that, but this is going to be the necessary time for you to basically let go of all that was past, so the new can be activated. And the first sign of this is going to be increased telepathy. All of a sudden you will be aware of many things. Plants saying hello to you, and dogs talking to you, cats talking to you, birds talking to you. You know you have shifted. You are now in a higher vibration, what we call the Christ consciousness. Okay, so there is no reason to panic. Drink plasma, keep cleansing, but try to focus and do elimination through transmutation of frequencies. And you may say, oh, I don't know how to transmute. You don't have to know. Your body is programmed to do it, but you have to give a signal. And you give the signal through intent. All you have to do is put intent there. You just say, I'm transmuting all these frequencies that no longer serve me. And you can say, I'm taking them out through my breath. And then as you inhale, always inhale through nose, exhale through mouth when you are cleansing. So, as you're inhaling, focus on your heart. You can even put your hand on the heart. So you put attention to the heart. So the activation goes through your heart, not the brain. Brain is a tool. Heart is the soul. So you go and think, just visualize you are inhaling frequency of transmutation or activation. And when you're exhaling, visualize I'm exhaling what no longer serves me. Not darkness, not bad things. Just what no longer serves me. What you can actually do after you inhale, don't breathe. And just put thought that your body is tuning your frequencies. And then when you exhale, you are exhaling already good frequencies. And stay a couple minutes in this, like and go. Keep cleansing. Okay, my friends, I don't want to make this video too long. Again, this information is not for everybody. This is for those who are awakened, who are realizing that this is not the normal time. This is not the usual time. This is extraordinary time. And we are privileged to be here and experience it. So be happy about it. There's no room for fear. If anything, there is a room for blessing, thanking the Creator to select us to be here at this time. Because we are doing very important work. All this is a game. And we are the ground crew. We are not alone. You have hundreds souls helping you with this, including your extraterrestrial family, your astral families, including Jesus and all the saints. Everyone is helping, because this is a rough thing to go through. And those who are going through the cleanse, they know. I don't have to tell them. They know. It's rough stuff. But rewards, it is going to be something unbelievable. So don't be sad. Don't be suicidal like some people say. I don't know, nothing is changing. I'm feeling worse. I am ready to kill myself. Don't be crazy. You are blessed to be here. And this is part of what you signed up for, to help the ascension process. Ascension process in living form, living through it. We didn't even know if it was possible. Now we know it is, and we are doing really great job at it. So just keep going, keep pushing. Everything is perfect. And the aches and discomforts, I deal with it. It's easier when you understand why and what is going on. Okay, my friends, thank you for listening. And if you need help, let me know. I'll try my best. God bless us all. Namaste. Love you.